Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. For those that don't know and are just joining, my husband and I have been trying to conceive for about 5 years. We spent about the first year and a half of our marriage trying to conceive on our own, and when we realized it wasn't happening naturally, we started trying OPK test, pre-seed, and just some different things. And then when we finally realized even that wasn't working, we started to take the steps to seeing a fertility specialist. And when we started going there, they started having us do IUI after running some initial tests on us. They said that would be our best game plan going forward. So when they had us start that process, the first thing they had me do was start Clomid. I had to take Clomid from cycle day 3 to cycle day 7. And once I started taking that, I didn't really look up beforehand what the side effects may be for someone while taking that medication. And unfortunately, I had some really, really bad side effects that hit me kind of like, just like a bus. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And when I realized what it was, after Googling it and things, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. It's obviously the medication that I'm taking right now. But I thought I would share kind of what I went through just in case someone out there that's watching this is about to take Clomid. You may know kind of more what to expect going into it. And I've done a lot of research on it since taking it, and a lot of women don't even have side effects. So hopefully that's the case for you, but unfortunately it was not the case for me. So I thought I would share my experience. This is my second time taking Clomid. We had our first IUI last month, and we just had our second IUI last week. So I've now taken Clomid 2 times, once for each cycle. So I noticed that I kind of had the same symptoms both times. This time around, I did document day by day kind of what I experienced each day and what I was pretty sure was related to the Clomid, because I'd felt basically the same things the month before. And I actually wrote those down on my phone so I wouldn't forget, and I could make sure to tell you guys exactly what I felt each day of taking the Clomid. Okay, so after the first day I took Clomid, so this would actually be like cycle day 4, I felt very tired, but only after I exercised. So my husband and I try to exercise at least 5 to 6 days a week, and usually afterwards I'm fine, but on this day and pretty much every day after we exercised, I was extremely, extremely tired afterwards. Like halfway through, I was like, I have to go lay down and just rest because I am exhausted. I had a headache on the sides of my head, and it literally felt like you could like feel it throbbing. Like it was so intense. But that was pretty much it for that day. On the next day, I continued to have the headaches. They weren't quite as bad this day. They were just like a normal, kind of more dull headache in the sides of my head again, but not quite as bad. And I was still tired, but not as tired on this day either, but still just tired after exercising. I was also hungry on this day, which I'm not 100% sure that one was related to Clomid or if I was just feeling super hungry that day. I don't know. I like to eat, so it could have been either one. Okay, on day 3, I was the most tired on this day. For some reason, it really hit me on this day. Like I was exhausted that entire day. Like I could barely get myself up. Our niece actually spent the night with us that night before on that cycle day. That would have been cycle day 4. She stayed all night with us. So cycle day 5, I woke up exhausted. And I remember she kept trying to like ask me to like play games with her and just different things. And I was like, oh, okay, just give me a second. Let me just get a second more to rest and I'll come play. So I was just like, oh, so tired. But okay, again, I was a little more hungry on this day than normal, and I was very, very sick to my stomach this day. Super TMI, but I was like running to the bathroom like all day that day. We actually took my niece to see her grandparents that day, and while we were there visiting, like I was just constantly running to the bathroom, and I was like freaking them out. They're like, "Are you okay?" but I was so sick to my stomach. But that was the only day of these cycle days that I done that. But I actually done the exact same thing around the same cycle day last month. So I definitely think it was some symptom related to the Clomid. And on the next day, again, I woke up with a slight headache. It was just really kind of dull, but there. And it's really weird for me because I don't get headaches very often. So the fact that I was getting them basically every day made me know for a fact it was because of the Clomid. And I'd had it the month before basically every day. So I knew it was due to that. But I was also very thirsty on this day. Like, I could not get enough water. I was just chugging like bottle after bottle. You know, I was still thirsty. So, and again, after the exercise, I was just super tired afterwards. Next day, basically the same thing. Tired after exercise, slight headache. And on this day, though, I was a little moody. I don't know if it's just where I'd been so tired from the entire week or was it an actual side effect of the Clomid, but I was starting to get moody. And that was basically the days 3 through 7. And even a couple days after I'd taken the Clomid, I would say about 2 to 3 days after, I would continue to just feel a little tired. Not nearly as bad, but more tired than I normally would. And I continued to be just kind of moody. Poor John had to put up with me those days, like the littlest thing would just tick me off. But that was basically what I had experienced. And I should probably just add that I was taking 50 milligrams of Clomid. I think that's what doctors typically prescribe a woman when she first begins taking Clomid. I know some women take 100 milligrams, but I was taking 50 milligrams, and that was still the side effects that I was getting from taking it. But overall, I mean, it wasn't a lot of fun, obviously, but it only lasted those few days. And, I mean, it was totally worth it if it leads to us having a baby, obviously, so I'm happy to do it. But all in all, I would just say, know going in that it may be a little rough for a few days, but I mean, it's nothing you can't handle. Just be ready to possibly be a little tired, maybe have some headaches. Be ready to chug a lot of water, but other than that, I mean, it's nothing too bad at all. Wishing anyone else who's taking Clomid or going through the TTC journey all the baby dust and all the luck in the world from me and John. We really, truly hope you all the best. And thank you so much to everyone who's watching along with us in our journey. We really appreciate it so much. Thank you for watching today. Stay tuned and join us in the next updates. Thanks so much. See ya. Bye, guys.